Thank you for clicking the rant. These are an act of a dictator, not a president, Newsom says about Trump. That's what Governor Newsom of California said. These are an act of a dictator, not of a president. You know what? Instead of just turning the National Guard loose, he should have sent the Marines in. He should have sent the Navy. He should have been bombing them all because you know what? They don't care about this country. And I am so tired of watching CNN, MSNBC, and all these left-wing organizations saying this is a peaceful protest. What is peaceful about blowing up cop cars, throwing bricks through their windows, surrounding ICE agents inside of a building while the LAPD sits on their ass because they don't have the balls to go out there and help the ICE agents? How can you just sit there as the chief of police, watch this go on, and you left those ICE agents being surrounded like that? You'd have called yourself, be ashamed to even be a cop. And Mayor Bass, who's saying that this was caused by ICE, ICE went in there to the Home Depot to arrest, they were like 10 felony warrants, child molestation, sexual abuse, murder, attempted murder, spousal abuse. These are people we want in our country. I don't want them here, and nobody I know and nobody that voted for Trump wants them here. I am so tired of hearing what other people from other countries want us to do. This is the United States. We lead the way. Nobody else leads the way. We lead the way. Why? Because we're America. We were built from day one. Hard work, persistence, and never gave up. Just like I did these videos from the beginning. These single mothers out here that are working 2 jobs trying to put food on the table for their family. 2 jobs. But you get all these illegal immigrants coming over here and getting all this money and getting food stamps, and then they're going to cause a riot out in our streets and have the audacity to carry a Mexican flag. People, they need to get the hell out of our country, and we need to do whatever we can do to stop these Democrats and liberals. They are not for the United States. They're all being paid off from some kind of fund or wherever this money's coming from, but nobody with that kind of control in the government would ever let an American city do like they do. You got Minnesota, you got LA. Look at 2020, all peaceful protests. But when the conservatives did a protest at Capitol building, that was called an insurrection. What would we call this? What would we call this? This is treasonous. These people, these Democrats in power should never be allowed to be in power ever again. They need to be just hogtied, taken away, and put in a prison because they don't love this country. They don't care about the single mothers that are working. They don't care about the single fathers that are working. They don't care about people out there working that are trying to make ends meet. No, they care about people in other countries and these pieces of crap that they let into our country. They don't care about the American people. Trump has done everything humanly possible, and every move that he makes, these Democrats tie their hands behind their back with these judges. I didn't vote for any judges either, and I don't think any of you did. We voted for President Trump to clean this mess up, and they're doing nothing but stopping them. If you live in LA or you live anywhere, it's a Democratic city, you need to get them out. You need to stop voting for these Democrats and these liberals. Let's get into the video.
LA County Police say that they have it under control. Carrying a flag is not illegal, as you know. What did happen in 1992 was so different from what we're seeing now. I mean, that was a real riot.
Video after video has shown that these agents are the ones provoking protesters and also making up, aggression by these protesters that later video shows people were not aggressive.
We are having an administration that's targeting peaceful protests, people that are there to protest. The president is sending the National Guard because he doesn't like the scenes. He doesn't like the scenes of people peacefully protesting.
The unrest is isolated. LA is home to millions of people, most of whom are having a normal day here on Sunday.
You know, you've heard reports that there are riots on the streets of Los Angeles. That is not what's happening across the city of Los Angeles.
Governor Newsom's right. There wasn't anything like a riot happening on Friday, Saturday.
We just witnessed a protester thanking a National Guardsman for his service here in California.
LAPD, by most estimates, had this under control last night.
No, I don't think the National Guard is needed now. Things in LA are calm. There was a protest that got a little unruly late at night.
There have been no violence where anybody that was protesting hit anybody, shot anybody, threatened anybody. Nothing has happened.
What is just a bunch of people having fun watching cars burn.
Most of those demonstrators were very peaceful. They were chanting.
Peaceful protest. Nothing here. I started it. Nothing to see here, people, or what? Because they carried a flag. People, these, where I come from, are called riots, okay? They said, what happened in 92? That was a real riot. Nothing to see here. But January 6th, how many people, American people, were thrown in prison, held without a court date? How about that grandmother that was in there praying? Thrown in prison, but nothing to see here, people. Look, it's like they call Trump Hitler, okay? Hitler had Joseph Goebbels, which the propaganda was media. Okay, he had all the German people not even believing that anything was happening to the Jewish people. What is the CNN? What is MSNBC? What is Gavin Newsom? What is Mayor Bass? What is Akeem Jeffries? People, they're all propagandists. But they have the audacity to call MAGA supporters Hitlers and fascists. People, most Americans I know that are for Trump, they go to work every day. They pay bills. They come home, they take care of their family, take care of their house, and get up in the morning and do the thing all over the next day. But we're supposed to accept these immigrants and liberals and Democrats that are terrorizing a city, and we're supposed to adjust to that? People, can happen to any state, any city. These Democrats are on a path to destroy, and they're toting the news media right along with them. Not in America. Not in America, people. We have to stop this. We have to stand up and get these Democrats out of office. Could you imagine if Kamala Harris won the election? Could you imagine what this country would be about? You know, somebody is funding this. These people are being paid. And if you look into it, there's a fundraisers, they're called California. It is for a coalition for human immigration. If you look into it, there's tens of $millions put aside for that foundation. Donator is China. You look into it deeper, you're going to find George Soros is tied up with this. Some way, somehow he's tied up with this. We have to get this out of our country. We have to stand behind President Trump, and we have to get this out of here, people. This news media is destroying our country. We already have feeble-minded people, and you keep pumping that kind of propaganda in their head. This is what we get. Just like with Trump, the assassination attempts on him. All this news media and all the lies. There are feeble-minded people out there that believe this, and this is what they're doing to our country. Look at this video.
I keep hearing this term ICE raids, ICE raids. What happened with how this riot started is that ICE was serving a series of criminal warrants at a business being investigated for money laundering, customs fraud, and serious violations on sending money to criminal cartels that in Colombia and Mexico that fund cartel activities in the United States. It's a part of an overall conspiracy that ICE is investigating. So we're arresting bad people. We were enforcing laws and following up on a serious criminal investigation on cartel financing. So that's exactly what ICE did. And ICE took a lot of bad people off the street that day. We arrested a sexual predator, we arrested gang members, we arrested somebody that had an armed robbery conviction. So we made LA safer. The men and women at ICE, the men and women at the Border Patrol made LA safer that day. But you're not hearing any of this. All you hear is a rhetoric about ICE being racist, about ICE being Nazis and terrorists. And Governor Newsom feeds that. Just like Hakeem Jeffrey feeds it, that he's going to unmask ICE agents. And the members of Congress who keep feeding this rhetoric, they're the ones that are causing this riot because they don't listen to the truth about what the men and women at ICE are doing. We're keeping our promise to American people to make these streets safe again. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And we're not going to stop doing it.
We the people! We the people! We the people! Yeah! All of us have that right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of justice!
From where we are, because again, it's dark, and it's dark down here.
Lauren, really quickly, left side of your screen. This is at LA Live. There's a fight in the middle of the street, and somebody is on the ground, and they are attacking that person.
That person in that mini bike, right?
Yeah, and I can't tell. I don't know where that. Did they get up? I can't tell if they're
Yeah, they got up, and someone's coming back and swinging on them again. They're going to try to break it up there.
And this is that LA Live location that I was telling you about.
You know, you can hear the sirens there.
Yeah, and the person getting up there seems a little wobbly, obviously. Oh, no, and then hit by, it looked like somebody else, too.
Yeah.
You're hoping that they can just get
best to get out, yeah.
But he's clearly injured and is not, wasn't doing a good job of getting out of there. I mean, and you look, and you know what's disturbing, and I saw it just now in the chopper shot, I saw it earlier, is so many smiles on faces down there. I mean, people think this is funny. They think that they're having...
There you have it. It's crazy out there. It's really crazy. I was thinking earlier that these riots that are going on in LA, with the people that are involved, the illegals, and we all know somehow, some way, this was paid for. How bad of a person are you to take money to protest against your country, to burn your country? I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it, people. Conservatives and Republicans, we are people that we just want to take care of our families. Most important thing to most people is their families. They get up every day, they go to work. They don't have time for this. And I don't think that you could pay a conservative or a Republican or a level-headed person any amount of money to betray their country. I really don't think you can. I don't think that most Americans have a price tag to do that. Gives everybody something to think about. Maybe you can link down the comments below and give me your opinion why they do this. I don't understand it. But you know what? I love America, and I know most people out there who watch podcasts, they love America. People, we got to get it together. We got to keep these Democrats out, and let's say I'm with Trump. Let's make America great again. These judges that sold us out, Democrats sold us out. We can't have them. We can't have them in there anymore. So I want to thank you guys for watching again. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you could share this video for me, I would really appreciate it. And thank you for watching.